Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your broker, Casey, and today I'm putting my banking hat back on. And for most of you who do not know, I am a retired banker. Not the banker in which you're thinking about, but go check my resume and LinkedIn for all that. What today I want to talk to you about holding costs, right? The cost to hold. That's it's a big thing that's talked about in banking, especially when the last recession hit in 2007, 2008, with a lot of foreclosures and REOs. Because sometimes banks will start a foreclosure process and say, you know what, it's not worth us taking it back because what's the holding cost? So when you're in a situation as such, you have to examine that. So you may say, what does this have to do with real estate? What does this have to do with anything that you're about to talk about today? Well, it has a lot to do with real estate, especially if you are a seller, you're selling your home, or you are a seller's agent. Because I want you to put things in perspective in the market that we're in currently. Now, everybody's hearing about the market slowdown and the shift and all that stuff. I don't want to talk about that. That's not what we hear about today. I'm talking about just common sense approach to getting offers that are lower than your asking price. So, let's dig into holding costs. Holding costs, the cost to hold. If you have a home, generally most people have mortgages on their home. So you have mortgage, you have utilities, because that utilities really need to be on while that house is on the market, right? So you have utilities. You have maintenance. So you have grass, some people have pools, you have smart home, whatever it may be that keeps that house running until you get it sold. Now, the last time I checked, I think that the average days on market was like between 70 something and 86 days. So let's just round that up to 90 days on market on average right now. I don't care how great it is. If it's priced right and all that stuff, it still may sit on the market almost 90 days. So with that being said, you have 90 days. Say for instance, it costs you $2,000 a month to maintain this house with the mortgage, utilities, maintenance, all that stuff, right? On average in Florida, our contracts are usually around 30 days to close, right? 30 to 40 days to close. So we're talking about your house sitting on the market, you're holding it for say 90 days, and you're having to pay out about $2,000 a month. Now, that's say $6,000. All right, I'm a numbers girl a little bit, so stay with me. All right, so say for instance your house is listed for $350 and you receive an offer for $340. $10,000 difference. You have to ask yourself as a seller, are you really that far apart in your numbers? And the answer really is no, because it's going to take money to hold that piece of property while you're holding out for your ask price. For whatever reason, people have dumb reasons why they don't want to pay you full price. The house has carpet, we don't want carpet. All kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you've been out here in these real estate streets, you understand that a lot of crazy things happen. People make decisions based off of the emotions or what they can see, and sometimes it doesn't make sense to us as agents, but it does make sense to them. So they're the buyers. So we have to go with that, right? So when we're thinking about this, when you get an offer and you're $10,000 apart, yeah, like, are you really $10,000 apart? You're really about $4,000 to $5,000 apart on where you are. And the reason why is because I just explained to you, you have a $350 listing, your offer comes in at $340, but it costs you $6,000 to hold this piece of property already. If you have to hold it for another month or two, you're already at the $10,000 that you could have already saved, and you could have had your household and a lot less stress and a lot less headache. So as a seller, I want you to think about when you are looking at offers, look at how far you really are apart, and take out your piece of paper. Like I said, in the past days, we used to do like a cost analysis to see in banking to see, hey, how much would it cost to hold this piece of property? It may cost you more money to hold that piece of property than to accept that contract that's worth, that's $10,000 less. Now, let me say this. I'm not trying to tell you to, sell your house for less than what it may be worth or what you feel like it's worth or whatever. What I'm telling you is, if you are committed to selling your home, then you need to be able to look at the numbers and say, does this make sense to not take this? Now, if somebody's coming in $30,000, $40,000 below, then that's a little bit different. But I'm talking about when you're very close, but you just can't, you're trying to figure out, should I take this contract or should I not? Now, if you are a seller's agent, you should be used to doing holding costs. You should be able to take what holding costs, you should have a good understanding of what this client is in this deal for. And you should be able to say, when you're presenting that offer, it's not the deal that I think that you want. However, here's a breakdown, cost analysis of what it's going to cost you to continue to hold it in this market. Okay? Now, there are two reasons why houses don't sell. And let's just be honest. And I mean, the number one reason is price. So a lot of sellers think their house is worth more than what it really is, right? It's price. If your house is overpriced, you got to find somebody that wants, what you have and willing to pay that. But usually it's price. The second is conditions, because a lot of times people don't realize that the conditions of the home, when a real estate agent is asking you to clean up your home, to declutter your house, to do this and to do that, to make it a little bit more appealing, a lot of that matters. If you have animals in the house, I'm a dog lover, right? But I have microallergenic dogs, and I'm very conscious of pet scents. So you have to be conscious of it. You may not smell it, but if you have a real estate agent that's legitimately trying to sell your house and get it sold, you have to listen, right? So when we're thinking about selling a home, this is one of those things. And so when people start coming in and trickling in, and maybe you're not getting the offers that you feel like you want, then we have to look at two things, price and conditions of the home. And so if it's a price, usually we ask you to adjust the price. But if you're getting offers and and those offers are close, think about doing a cost analysis. Think about what it's going to cost you to hold that piece of property and make a good decision. It may not be the best decision, but at the end of the day, you're out of it in 30 days, 40 days, and you're not holding it and having all that stress for another 120 to 180 days. So just giving you guys a little tidbit, giving you information that people don't really give out in this industry. I don't mind. It happened to me the other day, and just trying to get a seller to see that you're going to hold this, again, maybe longer. You don't know. So are you really that far apart in your numbers? So think about what I've said. If anybody, wants me to walk them through a cost analysis, I did this a lot for, especially after the recession, I did this a lot. So if you are a real estate agent or, someone who's thinking about selling your house, call me, call Casey, or text me or email me or reach out to me on Facebook Messenger or wherever. But understand how to present this information and understand how to read this information so that you're helping your clients if you're an agent, and that if you're a seller, you're making an actual informed decision and not something based off of emotion, right? So that's my tidbit for today. I thank you all for listening and have a great day. Goodbye.